In the very heart of Japan, a unique spectacle unfolds as seniors surpassing the age of 80, and even those who have reached the century mark, continue to maintain their independence and mobility. This is not a rare occurrence, but rather a common sight in many Japanese communities, where elders walk to the market, cook their meals, and climb stairs without fear. While not all centenarians run marathons, many still move with surprising grace. So, what's the secret behind this remarkable vitality? Many attribute it to their genetics or mindset, but a closer look at their daily lives reveals a different answer. At the core of their longevity and mobility lies something simple: their diet. This essay will delve into the traditional Japanese food habits, particularly those from places like Okinawa and rural Honshu, which contribute to maintaining leg strength, joint flexibility, and long-term mobility. More importantly, it will show you how you can incorporate these habits into your own life, regardless of where you live. In contrast to many Western countries, age 60 marks the beginning of rapid mobility decline in many areas. Stairs become intimidating, long walks become tiring, and knees ache, legs feel stiff. However, in many parts of Japan, people in their 70s, 80s, and beyond are still on the move. Why? Because their mobility is woven into their daily lives. They don't necessarily go to the gym, but they walk to buy groceries. They kneel on tatami mats. They squat to garden. They get up and down from the floor several times a day. This constant movement keeps their joints lubricated, their muscles engaged, and their balance sharp. But this movement isn't solely fueled by habit, it's fueled by food. Without proper nutrition, the muscles shrink, the joints inflame, and the pain begins no matter how much you move. That's where the Japanese diet comes in. To keep moving, the Japanese eat a diet that is deeply anti-inflammatory and deeply nourishing. This diet focuses on whole, minimally processed foods, seasonal vegetables, small portions of quality protein, plenty of fermented foods, green tea, and low-sugar beverages, rarely any refined wheat or added sugars. One key to mobility is preserving lean muscle after 60, and that requires high-quality protein. Amino acids like lysine, which are anti-inflammatory ingredients that reduce swelling and joint inflammation, are crucial for this. So, what fuels muscle and joints in Japan? Here are 3 traditional food staples that directly support mobility. 1, small fatty fish like sardines or mackerel. These are rich in omega-3s, which reduce joint inflammation and support brain health. In Japan, these are often grilled and eaten whole, bones, skin, and all, which means extra calcium and collagen. 2, fermented soy like natto or miso. These are natural sources of vitamin K2, which improves bone health, and probiotics that reduce systemic inflammation. 3, seaweed and mineral-rich greens. Seaweed is not just decoration, it's full of iodine, magnesium, and antioxidants that support muscle recovery and thyroid health. These micronutrients are often ignored in Western diets, and their absence weakens the body over time. You don't need to live in Okinawa to eat like the Japanese. You don't need a perfect kitchen or exotic ingredients, and you definitely don't need to give up your favorite meals completely. What you need is a shift in rhythm and intention. Start with these 3 core principles. 1, eat light, eat often. Japanese meals tend to be smaller and more frequent, often spread across 3 meals and small side dishes. Okazu instead of 1 large portion. 2, prioritize variety over volume. Use small bowls or plates to visually guide your portioning. 3, make plants the foundation. In traditional Japanese households, plants come first, not just as salad, but in soups, stews, pickles, and teas. This way of eating is simple, affordable, and repeatable. It's not meant to impress. It's meant to nourish gently over time. You don't have to mimic everything. Just bring the principles into your kitchen: simplicity, freshness, fermentation, small portions, mindful eating, and most of all, slow down. In Japan, food is not just fuel, It's rhythm, ritual, relationship. Seniors who eat slowly, chew thoroughly, and sit in quiet settings often digest better, eat less without starving, and feel more connected to their bodies. In the rural village of Ogimi, known as the longevity capital of Japan, elders live quiet but active lives. Many are over 90, several over 100, and they still cook, laugh, and garden. Their diets are humble: vegetables from their garden, seaweed from the coast, small portions of tofu, sweet potato, green tea. They rarely eat meat. They almost never snack mindlessly. They don't go on diets. They simply eat to stay connected to nature, to themselves, and to others. Aging isn't feared in Japan. It is respected. It's normal to see elders in their 80s walking alone to the store, to see them bowing when they greet you, to watch them climbing stairs, slowly, carefully, but with dignity. They are not invisible. They are honored, even with wrinkles, even with back pain, even with slower steps. And part of that dignity comes from staying mobile, not to look young, but to maintain autonomy and joy. Aging isn't about decline. It's about preserving what matters most: presence. But my life is different. We hear that all the time. But I live in a city, but I'm not Japanese. But I don't have time to cook like that. That's okay. You don't have to replicate their culture. You can honor your own. But what you can borrow is the mindset to eat with intention, to move every day, even if it's just across the room, to treat your body like a long-term companion, not a machine, to choose foods that help you rise, not weigh you down, a real-life adaptation. Clara's story. Clara, 73, from Sao Paulo, found this channel while looking for arthritis remedies. She liked fish. She had never heard of guacamole, but she made 2 small changes: replaced her white bread breakfast with miso soup and oats, started walking 15 minutes every morning, rain or shine. 3 months later, she told us, "My knees hurt less, but more importantly, I feel proud again, like I'm doing something for me." It wasn't the soup, it was the shift. And that shift can happen for you too. How to start, even if you feel stuck. Here's a small starter ritual to begin moving and eating like the Japanese without stress. Pick one breakfast change: miso soup instead of toast, tofu and greens instead of processed meats. Move intentionally once a day: a slow walk, a few squats, stretching while your tea cools. Eat your meals in silence once a day, without TV, phone, or rush, just you, your food, and your breath. You don't have to do this perfectly. You just have to start lovingly. Japanese elders don't obsess. They just commit gently every day, and so can you. Maybe you've spent years thinking that losing mobility is just part of aging, that sore knees, stiff hips, and short walks are something you just accept. But in Japan, aging isn't something to escape. It's something to grow into, with care, with presence, with food that heals instead of harms. What would happen if you treated every meal like an investment in your freedom? What if your breakfast helped you keep your balance, your lunch helped you keep your stride, and your dinner reminded you that your body is still worth caring for? You don't need to do this perfectly, but you do need to start, because strength after 60 doesn't begin in the gym. It begins in the kitchen and in the quiet decision to say, I'm not done yet. I'm still here, and I want to move through this life with dignity. If this message resonated with you, I invite you to subscribe. Here at The Miracle Leaf, we bring you small, beautiful Japanese practices to help you live longer and move better. And if you're ready to go deeper, I can quietly recommend this book, The Longevity Diet by Dr. Walter Longo, a powerful guide backed by science and inspired by real, long-living cultures. Link in the description. Thank you for being here. And remember, your body is still listening. Give it something kind today. As we delve deeper into the traditional Japanese diet, it's important to understand that it's not just about what they eat, but also how and when they eat. Japanese meals are characterized by their simplicity, freshness, and focus on seasonal ingredients. Lunch is often the largest meal of the day, while dinner is lighter. Breakfast, however, is a critical meal for setting the tone for the day and is often a small, nutrient-dense meal. The Japanese also practice mindful eating, taking time to savor their food and enjoy the experience. Another important aspect of the Japanese diet is the emphasis on fermented foods. Fermentation not only enhances the flavor of foods, but also helps to preserve them and introduces beneficial bacteria into the diet. Examples of fermented foods in the Japanese diet include natto, miso, tempeh, and pickles. In addition to their diet, the Japanese also prioritize regular physical activity throughout the day. Even if it's just taking a leisurely stroll or doing some light gardening, this helps to keep the body active and the joints lubricated. In conclusion, the secret to the remarkable vitality and mobility of Japanese seniors lies in their diet and lifestyle. By incorporating principles such as a focus on whole, minimally processed foods, a variety of seasonal ingredients, small portions, mindful eating, and regular physical activity, you too can improve your mobility, reduce inflammation, and live a longer, healthier life. So, whether you're a centenarian in Japan or a city dweller in Sao Paulo, remember to treat every meal as an investment in your freedom and to move with intention every day.